What's up, guys? It's Lewis. Welcome back to Stoned A Problems. So, today's episode, I wanted to go ahead and talk about, adapting and, changing views or ideas or whatever the case may be, because I have recently been kind of forced to do that in terms of longevity when it comes to working out, for example, because I've been feeling it recently on my joints and my lower back because I really do like to lift very heavy. It's my thing. I feel much more engaged and, having to, put all you can, obviously with form and shit. But, lifting, I like to go to the heavy dumbbells, basically, is what I mean. But I've had to switch to hypertrophy, which I will once my wrist heals up because it has not healed up. So I've had it's it's a troubling time indeed when I can't go to the gym, but it is what it is. But I've started to buy supplements. I'm gonna purchase Boswellia extract as well as collagen. It was highly suggested by Vigorous Steve. Check him out. He's awesome. He's fucking awesome. He's on YouTube, Instagram, and stuff. Fucking huge ass motherfucker and one smart ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, gonna put some of his claims to the test this Friday once I purchase said items. And those two, the Boswellia and the collagen, help with joints. It helps with the immune system and stuff like that. And I definitely need help with joints because when I go run, my legs are usually what gives out, like my hips and things of that nature. So I gotta help with that. But the reason I'm talking about adapting is because now I've had to switch more into like a high volume, so I don't put so much strain on my joints, on my lower back. Squatting heavy as fuck, and deadlifting heavy as fuck, and rowing heavy as fuck. Yeah, it's fun. I love it. But we're in here for the long haul. So I'm gonna once I come back from the gym, I'm gonna go ahead and implement that high volume program into my workout for about 3 or 4 months, and after that we'll see what happens then. So and I wanted to talk about that because I feel like a lot of people don't want to adapt, or they adapt too quick. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge issue nowadays, is that people have such a, we're constantly, we're babied, we're pampered. This is an age of instant gratification. That's why we have things like TikTok. That's why we have things that are like 30 seconds. Like they have to catch your attention right then and there. Because if you don't, you lost it. And instant gratification is what it is nowadays. You see, oh, get big in 6 months, lose fat in 6 months, and get rich in 6 months, and all this shit as quickly as possible. That's the name of the game now. That's the selling point that people are trying to give to you nowadays, and people are just gobbling it up because people don't really want to work for it anymore. I guess people just don't. People, for the most part, no longer have the capacity and the patience required to see something through for the long haul. I said in the last episode, like, if you have a program and it's 3 months, give it the 3 fucking months before you hop off. It's usually 12 to 16 weeks of program, so that's 3 to 4 months, But I know there's definitely a lot of people that within a month and a half, they don't see any results, and, oh, this is not working for me. And they'll hop off another one. So you're not really allowing that program, or whatever the case may be, to really start making changes in your physiology, you know. And that's probably a lot to do. Like, social media is just the devil to me, and I'm sure a lot of people could attest to it. But the fact that you can hop off on your phone and watch whatever the fuck you want, look at whatever the fuck you want, you're coddled. It's the coddling of the American mind. That book is fantastic. But yeah, you wake up in the morning, people, the first thing they do is hop on Instagram and start scrolling through chicks and seeing what happened as they were sleeping and getting their REM sleep, hopefully. So it's all about instant gratification. People don't have the patience. They're like, oh no, I don't got time for that. Nah, I don't got time for waiting 2 years or 3 years or doing whatever the case may be. And that's a huge issue that I have with people that do the bulking cuts for, like, also. What are you doing bulking and cutting if you're not a bodybuilder? I never understood that. I don't bulk and cut. I've never done a bulk, and I've never done a cut. I did a bulk when I was younger, like when I first started, and I'll get to that, but you know, it doesn't make sense, these fucking yo-yo diets. You know, people watch bodybuilders do a bulk and cut, and they think that they can go ahead and transfer it onto their fucking lives. Like, you have to realize that what they go through is completely different from what you go through, right? When bodybuilders step on stage, whether it be Chris Bumstead, whether it be Nick Walker, whether it be Invalir, whether it be Big Ramy, whether it be fucking Brandon Curry, Phil Heath, whatever fucking name you want to throw out there, right? They hop on stage at like 4 to 6% body fat. Okay, they're malnourished. Okay, they're starving. It's not healthy to be that shredded. It's not healthy. You can't even fuck anymore because your body is just like, bro, you can't even feed yourself. What the hell are you doing? Procreate, or even attempt to procreate. So that's a cut. When they bulk, if they're smart about it, they'll go at most 13, like 12, 13% body fat. At most 15. At most 15. But they have to. You can't remain as fucking 5% body fat for your whole fucking life or throughout the whole fucking year. That's not healthy at all. You're malnourished. You're starving. You know, that's understandable. You have to feed yourself. You have to start eating because you just can't remain in that low body fat forever. You know, obviously the reason that they have so much muscle to begin with is because of the androgens and the drugs and stuff like that. But still, you know, like, it's not easy life. That shit's tormentous. Like, it's not easy. It's not for everybody. But you can't translate that into your life. You know, there's idiots out here that when they start bulking, they're already at 15% body fat or 20% body fat. Oh, I gotta bulk up. And then they get fucking super fat. And then when they do their bulk, you know, because they do their bulk, they're like, oh, I gained 15% of muscle. You didn't gain 15 pounds of muscle. Like, probably 12 of it is fat and water. So then they have the audacity to act all surprised that when they do their cut, they're right back to where they started. If anything worse, they come out flat. Because those 15 pounds you said you gained, the vast majority of it wasn't any muscle. It wasn't any lean tissue. You didn't accrue any lean tissue. You fucking accrued fat and water for fucking eating like there was no tomorrow and indiscriminately. You know, I have homeboys that did the dirty bulk, eating Wendy's every fucking day. I try to do the dirty bulk, going to fucking Five Guys and eating like a motherfucker. I didn't like it. Felt like shit, acne everywhere. Didn't fuck with it. But that's another symptom that people don't fucking want to have patience. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a huge believer in what Greg says about maintaining, because accruing muscle or whatever it is in life, it's a marathon, not a race. Especially building muscle, right? You're not gonna get your fucking dream physique in a year or two, even if you blast PEDs. You're not gonna get that fucking dream physique. You know, so you have to be fucking aware. Like, these yo-yo diets don't fucking work. You're gonna bulk and then cut, and the more extreme your bulk is, the more extreme you have to be in your cut. So 6 months out of the year, you're gonna look in the mirror and you're like, oh, I look like shit. It's gonna fuck with your head. Instead of realizing that building muscle takes time. It's a marathon. You know, I've been able to build muscle and retain a very low body fat percentage. Like, I'm at 11, 12%. Easily. Like, I've never done the DAX index because that shit's highly fucking suspect. But I got striations everywhere. I got striations on my fucking back, on my arms, on my chest, I have visible abs. And yet I'm gaining weight and I'm making gains. Because it's slow and steady, you know? If you're in a calorie surplus, which I am, but I'm not fucking force feeding 1,000 extra calories every day. No, like 100, 200 calories. So it's not such a fucking, like, huge influx, and it's not such a dramatic change that you're gonna get fat, you know. And that's, like, I even said that in the first episode, like one of the first episodes when I talked about my training, that I started downing protein shakes because I'm like, oh, I gotta bulk, I gotta get big as quick as fuck. All I did was get fat. A skinny, fat motherfucker. I looked like I was injecting growth hormones. That shit was disgusting as fuck. Right? But, I adapted. And I realized, this is not a good idea. Okay? So that's another point that I want to get to. That people are so quick to jump the gun, impatient as fuck. They want to get there as quick as possible. That's why a lot of people blast PEDs and they still look like shit. You know what I'm saying? People go to the gym and they still look like shit. Going to the gym is the easy part. It's what you eat when you get home is the hard part. It's sleeping correctly. It's not going out to drink all the fucking goddamn time. You have to realize these things. Always takes a grown individual, a very self-aware individual to understand those things and to be able to even realize the limitations that you have placed upon yourself or the lifestyle changes that you are going to have to make, because the ones that you are participating in right now are causing a huge detriment to whatever gains that you're trying to make in the first place. And that's what I'm talking about, like also adapting. Stick to a program, obviously, be patient. But if it's not working, move along. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had to adapt. Like I just said in the beginning, I'm going to have to adapt. I'm going to have to do more high volume program for at least for a while, because I'm thinking about longevity. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to be like fucking Ronnie Coleman, having a fucking a metal guardian on my back. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. All respect to Ronald Coleman. That's the king. But look what he's going through. I don't want to go through that. I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympia. I'm just trying to work out to be a big dude and inspire motherfuckers. But I'm not trying to walk on the Olympia stage. And I really do think, and I really am thinking about longevity. And I'm only 27 years old. But it also is so, stick it to a program, of course. But if it's not working for you, like, for example, you do the 4-month thing, you stick it out for 3 or 4 months, and it's not working, you don't feel it, you don't feel engaged, you don't feel your muscles engaged. Because the most important thing is to have fun, right? But you also have to feel engaged. You have to feel like your muscles are really feeling the workout, they're feeling the tension, you're feeling it. If it's not working, move along. Don't stay with it. Don't hop on the other extreme and become dogmatic. I've had to change my workouts. I've had to make lifestyle changes in order for me to make gains. Stop partying. Stop fucking drinking all the time. Stop hanging out till 2 or 3 in the fucking morning doing dumb shit when I should be home sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Prioritize my sleep. Prioritize my omega-3s and resting and stretching and eating correctly and eating the amount that I need and stuff like that. But I've had to adapt. And like I said, it takes a big individual to understand where you're fucking up and how you're fucking up and what you need to do in order to stop fucking up in that manner anymore. And that's another problem, This is a world of fucking extremes, unfortunately. It's either people are constantly needing instant gratification, or people are so stuck to their ways that there's no way out for them. And they're just dogmatic. They're like religious zealots nowadays. You got vegans. Vegan diets don't work, people. You can look at the science. It doesn't work. But there's people that are stuck to the diet. You know what's the best diet? A balanced one. We're not herbivores. We're omnivores, right? There's a lot of people that were fucking big on the whole carnivore diet, and guess what? They've had to change it up because their HPGH levels were on the fucking toilet. We're in the toilet. They were suffering from hypogonadism. Okay, their testosterone levels were in the toilet. They have to switch it up. But they at least have been willing to adapt. They're just people that are dogmatic. Look at nowadays with politics, bro. Look how it is nowadays just with that. Not even working out. It's fucking politics, bro. It's not about coming together and figuring something out and how are we going to get through the trillions of dollars in debt that we are, as a country, as a nation, facing with right now. No. It doesn't matter. If a Republican pulls up with a good idea, it doesn't matter if it's a great idea. Every Democrat is going to be opposed to it, and vice versa. Oh, you're on the other team. No, I can't vote for you. I can't be with you. No, not. You and I have different views. You and I are different clubs. Like, it's so extremist. It's so separatist nowadays. Like, people just become dogmatic. You know, they're not willing to understand, and they're not willing or grown enough to be like, all right, this person has a good idea. Let me listen to him or her or whatever. You know, let me try to learn. Let me see, different viewpoints, different views. That's how you grow. The life is about adapting. We're historical creatures for a reason. One of the greatest advantages of us being historical creatures is that we are able to learn and adapt, being able to see what we did in the past, right? Obviously, absorb what we did correctly and continue to, and hopefully not just continue in that same fucking manner, augment it with better tactics, better technology, whatever the case may be. But also look at how we're fucking up and be like, all right, let's not do that anymore. What's a better approach? What's a better manner that we can go ahead and tackle this problem? Because clearly the ones that we've been adopting until this point have clearly not been working. But that's not being said anymore, People, they're just stuck to their fucking dogmatic views. And, and if you don't agree with them, you're a fucking sexist. If you don't agree with them, you're a misogynist. If you don't agree with them, they just start throwing these hate labels on you because, you don't understand. You don't understand. We have to be able to learn. And the only way you're ever going to be able to learn is not being stuck with the same team either, or being stuck with the same idea. It's looking through a whole bunch of shit. I'm anti-religious. I hate religion. But I've read the Bible. I hate Plato. I've read them. I've read Jean-Jacques Rousseau. I've read theories and stuff like that fuck with mine. That's why I love the Brothers Karamazov. Because it tackles existentialism, it tackles nihilism and all this other shit from a completely different point of view. But that's what I want. I want to see different viewpoints because that's how you learn. You don't watch just the same people on YouTube for fitness, for whatever, for example. You don't watch the same fucking people for politics or ideas or brainstorming, whatever. No, go through different avenues and see what you can nitpick. Like, oh, this works for me, and this can work for me, and this can work for me, and this can work for me. Use them as tools. Be better. Do better. You know what I'm saying? Don't just stick to one. Okay, this is how I'm gonna do it, and then there's just cookie cutter bullshit, and this is the only way that's possible. That's how you just fuck yourself up in the ass. Like, not being willing to realize that there's better ways. You just gotta go find them, and being willing to adapt. And this is that survival is to adapt and overcome. How do you think our species made it here in the first place? We didn't stick to the same hunter-gatherer shit, fucking, just following the buffalo or wherever the fuck they went. No, we figured out how to fucking plant crops. And that's how we got here. And now we still be picking berries and following the buffalo or the elephants or whatever other fucking animals that we were hunting back in the day. Be dogmatic doesn't get you anywhere. Don't be a religious fool. Okay, don't be religious. And I've just started to realize that, and it makes me a better person. Like I said, I've read dictators. Do I agree with them? No. But, you have to fucking see what they got right as well. What did they do right? What they got wrong? But how were they able to pull this fucking off? It goes completely against your moral views or your sense of what's right and wrong and all this other bullshit, but they still put it off. They pulled it off for a reason. Now you have to go find it. Or at least I want to go find it. At least I want to find a similarity in between all of them, which I have, but that's a topic for another time. But, so that's basically what I want to talk about, Don't be dogmatic. And don't fucking be a greedy little bitch, you know what I'm saying? I know it's counterintuitive, but we do live in an age of extremism, and we are creatures of duality. And I'm sure everyone can see it, that we really are creatures of instant gratification. We have to have things like that. Like a fucking assembly line. Like no work. That's why people are buying pills. Oh, you burn fat. Burn fat. Taking this pill, you could keep eating whatever the fuck you want. Come on, bro. Like, come on. It's so cheap. It's so crazy. And it just shows you that people really don't want to work. They don't want to stick through something. They don't want to go to the gym. They don't want to hop on a bike or go for a walk. They just want everything dropped on their lap and everything figured out, everything sorted out. They don't have to do any research themselves. They just want it done for them. And it's really fucking sad. And then they wonder why they keep getting fucking scammed. It's because you're an idiot. So, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, help me out with the algorithm. Hopefully this weekend, I do have great things coming this weekend. I'm going to meet with some friends. We're going to do some episodes. My friend also has a podcast, and he's pretty cool people. So, hopefully we can produce some great content for you guys this weekend or the upcoming week. So, yeah, thanks again. Please do all those 3 things as I just stated previously. And until next time, peace and be safe.